So it's finally time to actually start building the fireplace now. I've pulled all the cables. I've done the single socket for fireplace, and I've changed that from a 2-gang to a 3-gang switch. So I've got the main spotlights outdoors, spotlights for the patio doors, and then it'll be spotlights for the fireplace. So next task now is to take the skirting board off, and I'll need to take 3 rows of the flooring. I'm going to do a bottom plate first on both sides, and then I'll do my uprights. So let's start ripping this flooring up. So here I'm exposing the screws by just knocking out the filler. I'm going to do this all the way along to the point where I need to remove the skirting board. My next stage then is just get my standing knife and go along the top to remove the skirting board. Now I'm just exposing the screws and I cut along this skirting board here to make it in line with the end of the fireplace. And now that we've got the skirting board off, what we want to try and do is get the flooring off. Now obviously this is the first piece I've laid and it's laid that way, so we're kind of going in reverse, which doesn't help. So I need to try and unclip it from underneath. There we go. I need to slide this one down. So probably the best thing to do there is probably give it a kick. Like so. And there you go. So now that I've removed the flooring, removed the skirting board, I want the fireplace coming out around 400. So at 400, you can get about to here. So I want 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces at 400. So I was 5mm off. See, no matter how many times you draw it out, always double check. Got me 400. Now I want to come in 12mm for the plasterboard, and then also want to come in 2-3mm for the plaster. So 15mm I want to come in. So we want that as the opening, so we also want to come in 15mm from there as well. And then square that off, like so. Draw a line on there, and hopefully now I can screw them down now. We'll just repeat the same process going all the way along. So there we go. How many of you noticed me screwing that on the wrong side? So that's been rectified now. And I've done that one. So what we'll do now is the fronts. So what I'm doing here, so that's bottom plate. I'm going to nail another bottom plate to that. So when it comes to the skirting board, I've got a good fixing on it. And then that's my top plate. And then if I get my measure, then I'll put it up onto the ceiling. And here. So I've got 2395, 2394. So if I do them both at 2395, if I cut two uprights at that, and then that will then give me my uprights. Let's get them cut. Spot on. So I've squared that off at the bottom, popped a few nails in there, plumbed it up. That's plumb. Like so. Focusing. So it's hard today. It's Sunday. The dishwasher decided to break this morning. So that was fun and games. And it's just been one of them mornings, one of them days. So I got some of these. Got some of these core fixes. Obviously, you got the metal core there, and then just screw. So I'm gonna pop a few in that stud now going up, and that'll be the first part of the frame up. Having a bit of a mare with this one because this wall, it's got obviously your plasterboard, then it's got insulation, then it's your brick. I paused up there because I nailed it first, then I couldn't get a decent fixing in, but I've managed to do that now. Got a decent fixing in this one, done it slightly different. So now what I can do is get a fixing into the top and then get the front on it. So now we've done the outer frame, it's time now to start building the actual fireplace inwards. So here I'm just doing the top piece now, so I'm going to nail that to the sides, and I'm going to throw some 100mm screws into the ceiling. Lucky enough, it's where the joist is lying as well. So I've got a good solid fix in there. Now, for the top of the opening where the mantelpiece is going to sit, I am going to raise that up from that line about 35mm, because I don't want to be able to see the spotlights for when I'm sitting down on the sofa. So I'm going to get that cut now and stick that into place and screw it to the wall, which you'll see now. What I'm using to fix it is the Fisher wall plugs that I used in previous video when I was doing the slatted shelf. Click the link above and you'll be able to see that. They're absolutely brilliant. They'll stick into brick, plasterboard, you name it, they'll always grip. They're great. So that's on there now. Throw a few nails in on the side as well. And I'm just going to do the uprights. When you're doing your stud work, what you got to remember is when you come to do the plasterboard as well, you always want to be able to fix your plasterboard on all four sides. So get that screwed to the wall. Now I'm going to do the front where the mantelpiece is going to actually be bolted to. So I've used some clamps just to keep it in line. I'm using my level. And I want to make sure it's level from the piece that I've screwed to the wall as well. Once I've got it level, then what I'm going to do is secure it with some nails. Before that, I'm just going to check the size, the measurement, sorry. And then throw some nails in the side. We should throw some noggins just to stop the wood from bowing and twisting. So what I'm going to do now is just do these two little uprights where the pillars are going to be from the opening. So as you can see there from what I was saying earlier about the plasterboard, I'll have somewhere to fix on the bottom and the two sides. At the moment I haven't got anywhere to fix on the top, which you'll see going forward. I do put a noggin along the top where I can fix then my plasterboard to it. So what I'm doing here now is the actual front of the fireplace. So what I'm going to do is build like a picture frame or a stud wall within the fireplace. So I've got my two sides and my top and bottom, and I'm just going to put some studs in the middle. What I've done is gone 500 from the edge inwards. This is when the nail gun comes in handy, because it don't take me long to get them fixed to the main frame of the fireplace. And as we all know, nails are a lot stronger than screws. Now that I've got all that all secure, that's not going anywhere. And when I build things, they're built to last. They're not to be removed again. So as you can see here, from what I said earlier about the top noggin, about the plasterboard, so I'm just putting the top pieces in now. and then I've gone from the top downwards 900mm. So when I put some plasterboard on, I've got somewhere to fix it again from top, bottom, left and right. Now in this centre bit here, this is where the TV bracket's going to go, and also my soundbar. So this is where I'm starting to think about where I'm going to put things. So now that I know my soundbar is going to go roughly there, I have got some off-cut chipboard, which is about 25mm. So I'm going to nail that in place, and when it comes to actually installing the cables and stuff, I will cut a hole in this board just so that I can get a back box in place. Again, I'm going to throw loads of nails in, make sure it's nice and secure. And then I'm also going to then put another noggin in place here, because I think that's where the TV bracket's going to go, but you'll soon see later on in the video. Before we do the plasterboarding, I've got my cable management to do. So what I've got is some 40mm pipe, and I am going to make a little cable management tubing or ducting in the back of the fireplace. So going forward in the future, if I ever needed to change the cables or anything like that, I can just fish it through with some wire, and then I don't have to worry about cutting holes or anything like that in the wall because it'll be there. So let's get that together first before we start putting any plasterboard on. So I've got 40mm 3 meter length pipe. What I want to do is measure 600. Just like so. That's my conception. So I've got the classic as a 92 bend, and then I've also got a junction on there as well. So on the wall, so what happened that is it goes something like that. I'll just screw that on now. Right, so then on a piece going from there to about there, and then down, and then I can put a brush plate around here somewhere. Get that attached to that. Oh. I want it. Sensible. Cut that. And then that onto the, oh, look at that, should be a plumber. So this socket, obviously we want it in line, is about 200 up from the bottom. So 200 from the bottom brings it to about there, and then from there to there we're reading 660. So if I cut that at 680, like so. And then pop that onto there. Like so. And hopefully it should. Yeah, 200. Not far that. So let's put some extra brackets on there now. You get one on there. You get one there. Might be able to get one there as well. Probably don't make sense at the moment. It will do. So in each. So in this top one here, I have got HDMI lead, coax cable. So in the top pipe here, I have got a pull cord to go down to here and a pull cord which goes down to there. Then I've got HDMI lead which goes to here, and then I've also got a Cat 5 cable which goes upstairs. Then in this one here, I have got obviously the pull cord, HDMI lead, and then another Cat 5 cable just there. So what I need to do, and then on this one, obviously got pull cord and coax cable. If I have a preset or anything like that, I can put an extension on that, lucky enough. So the only thing I need to buy really for this one is a longer HDMI lead, but I don't need one just yet, so that can be coiled up inside, and if I ever need it, then I can tape it to it and pull it through. So now that's all done, we can now, what we want to do is cut a piece out here for a back box. If I get the soundbar bracket, stick it on there. So I know. Anywhere in between that section there. So anywhere in this section, I can cut out for a back box.